Team 3 of my 2018-19 season previews. Request which team you want to see down below. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy. One of the most hyped prospects in high school basketball ever missed his only season at Missouri, but the consensus around the NBA is that the Nuggets got a steal at number 14 in Porter Jr. Will his injury hold him back from becoming the Durant-type talent we expected from him in high school? I'll debate that and also preview and predict the Denver Nuggets 2019 season.
Shot clock at 2, the mismatch on Adams.
Jacob Bowden gets the shout out, who says Walker shouldn't be on this list for being already considered a top 10 point guard on a bad team. I actually think Walker's like the 6th or 7th best point guard in the league. It's just the overall atmosphere in Charlotte brings him down. Thanks for leaving your take though, Jake. As always, for next vid shout out, stay tuned for today's question. Leave your take down below. I picked my favorite answer. Porter Jr. was thought of as an NBA talent by scouts and coaches 2 years back in his senior year. Brandon Roy coached him in high school and was quoted as saying this when he first saw Michael play. "I watched him play for about 10 minutes and thought, he's not just high school good, this dude's a pro." The fact that he was still predicted to go as early as number 2 by Sacramento this year in the draft after missing an entire year proves how insane the hype was behind him in his senior year. The Nuggets have their guard spots filled. Millsap locked up through 2020. Jokic is a top center in the NBA. A combo forward, someone you can play at the 4 but has small forward abilities, is something they needed. In this sense, Porter Jr. is a perfect fit with the young talent on Denver. I'll get back to that, but I want to discuss the severity of this back issue. A week before the draft, Porter canceled workouts because of spasms so bad he couldn't even get out of bed. He had minimally invasive back surgery in November, then had a second surgery in mid-July. I worry that this will have an effect on his overall explosiveness, which is one of the more important facets to his game. Not a doctor, I can't speak too much more on his back injury. He's shown to be a more than capable perimeter scorer though, so that should greatly benefit his game, and especially in his recovery process. He says he'll be back for the regular season. I believe he can be a top 10 to 15 player in this league if healthy. Entering this season, the Nuggets are looking like an offensive powerhouse. Question is, can they defend anyone? Recent pickup Isaiah Thomas won't do them any favors on that end, but he guarantees a good chunk of offense off the bench. Meanwhile, their starting guards are both ready to have breakout seasons. Harris, I mentioned on my underrated list, has already proven he can be a weapon that contributes to winning night in, night out. Between Murray and Harris, it's hard for me to choose who's going to end up as the better player. Murray's still just 21, shown shot creating and playmaking ability at the point guard. My fellow Canadian is ready to elevate into one of the better scorers at his position. Then I see Gary Harris, his shooting efficiency combined with his athleticism, and even though he's already entering his 5th season, I see a future all-star in this league. Nikola Jokic is the league's best passing center, consistently making SportsCenter with flashy passes like these. He's more of a playmaker than Murray and Harris combined. He averaged the most assists by a center since Wilt Chamberlain in 67-68. Jokic can score as well as any center in the league as well, ranking 4th in three-point percentage among big men, creating scary spacing for the Nuggets both last season and of course into the future. Jokic is going to continue to thrive for the Nuggets as the current franchise player. Re-signing both Jokic and yet another perimeter scoring threat, Will Barton, were no-brainers. In fact, almost all of last year's 46-win squad is back, so their chemistry should be at an all-time high this season. First, I predict the Nuggets are a 4th or 5th seed in the Western Conference next year. Jokic is primed for an MVP season. Murray and Harris's potential should shine through. These factors, combined with a roster having a clear offensive identity, will lead them to this success. My second prediction is that Porter Jr. will miss at least 30 to 40 games due to minor injuries and precaution from the Nuggets front office, but players like Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and Blake Griffin had no problem adjusting to the league after missing their quote-unquote rookie years. I don't see that being a big problem for a physical specimen like Porter. However, that's just my prediction. Don't get me wrong, one of my biggest wishes is to see Porter Jr. prove all those teams who passed on him wrong and elevate into the top player we all thought he'd become. Today's question is, which Nuggets player are you most excited to see this season? That could be Porter Jr., Isaiah Thomas, anyone who's been on the team for a while. My favorite answer gets next vid shout out. If you're new, subscribe for all types of hoops content. Thank you so much for watching. See everyone next video.